Hello, welcome to Glitter Goddess Yoga. My name is Am. I'm one of the Glitter Goddesses. Today is the start of a new schedule for our yoga sessions. So they'll be Tuesdays at 4:30 every week, and what's the other day we chose? Friday? We'll post the schedule. We'll be doing Revolution Flow today. As always, because we can't respond to your bodies in real time, be really intentional about how you get into poses, how you move between poses. Avoid snap, pinch, and pop sensations. You can take child's pose at any time throughout the flow. You have the ability to listen to my guidance or go your own route. I encourage you to have some water nearby, maybe play some relaxing music. And this flow will involve a pillow or cushion, a couple pillows or cushions, and maybe a blanket for comfort. So we'll get started. If we can find a comfortable seat. I like to use cushions on either sides of my knees like this when I'm sitting. And you can start just by tapping into the natural breath. Take this moment to find length in the spine, to roll the shoulders back. Find a relaxing seat. You can start to lengthen each breath, slowing down the inhales and exhales. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. You can think about sending the breath deep into the belly, toward the hips, allowing the belly to expand on the inhales, releasing on the exhales. And from here, we'll start to inhale, raising the shoulders up toward the ears. You can exhale to drop the shoulders down, open the chest. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. exhale to release. One more time, inhaling the shoulders up. And exhale, release. From here, we'll drop the head over to the left side, keeping the right shoulder down and back. Continuing the slowed, controlled breath. And from here, we'll roll the chin to the chest, stretching the back of the neck. And then we'll roll the head over to the right side, keeping the left shoulder down and back, remembering to keep a tall, long spine. And we'll bring the chin back down to the chest. And from here, let's raise the head back up. We'll drop the right hand to our right side and lift the left arm up and over to stretch the left side body, spreading the fingertips, reaching to the right, maybe opening up with the chest toward the ceiling. And we'll drop over to the other side, stretching the right arm up and over, keeping the right hip down, keeping the right knee down. Let's come back to center. We'll bring the hands to the knees. Here we can inhale to puff the chest forward, reaching back with the shoulders, pressing forward with the chest. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. You can tuck the hips, folding forward. Inhaling again to open the shoulders, press the chest forward, reach the hips back, maybe open the throat. And exhale, round the spine, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale to press the chest forward, warming up the spine, maybe engaging in the lower back here. And exhale, round the spine to release, bring the chin to the chest. A couple more rounds here, press the chest forward on the inhale. And exhale to round, release. Last round, you can pull on the knees to press the chest forward, open the throat, and exhale, round the spine to release. Sitting back up in a neutral spine, we'll bring the arms up overhead on an inhale, and we'll exhale to drop the left hand to the right knee and the right hand into our back space for a twist. On the next inhale, you can think of finding length in the spine. And on the exhale, you can deepen the twist, turning the chin all the way to the right. Maybe noticing something new about your environment. Maybe noticing the sensations in your body. Allowing the twist to start deeper at the core, we can relax in the upper back, release the shoulders, relax in the chest. After your next exhale, we'll bring the arms up overhead for the inhale. And exhale, drop down to the other side, right hand to left knee. Again, on the next inhale, you can think about lengthening in the spine and use the exhale to deepen the twist, turning the chin all the way to the left. Shifting your perspective here in this revolution. Maybe noticing something new again in your environment. Noticing any new sensations in our bodies. And after your next exhale, we'll raise the arms up overhead again to untwist on an inhale. And relax the arms down on the exhale. From here, we'll roll the wrists out, warming up the wrists, opening them up. And then facing the fingertips toward the body, you can start to press the fingers and then the palms into the floor. Maybe give some topical heat to the forearms. You can roll the wrists out one more time. From here, we're going to meet on all fours. I like to have a pillow or a blanket beneath my knees. And when we're here, we want to think about stacking the wrists below the shoulders and the knees below the hips. And we'll start with some cat-cows to continue warming up the spine. Again, pressing the chest forward on an inhale, reaching the hips up and back, engaging with the lower back, opening the shoulder, open the chest. And when you exhale, around the spine like we did seated, tucking the hips, reaching the forehead toward the hips, maybe creating some space between the shoulder blades. And you can find this inhale and exhale along with the movement to your own pace, moving slowly with control. Coming back to a neutral spine, let's walk the knees out just an inch or two wider and touch the toes behind us. We'll send the hips back over the ankles and stretch the arms up overhead for a child's pose. Here you can let the head rest into the mat, noticing if there's any discomfort in the knees or the ankles, you can shimmy the knees further or closer together. I'll invite you here to connect with the belly breath, sending the breath into the belly, between the thighs, noticing the sensation of the inhales, allowing your weight to feel heavier, allowing the head to sink deeper into the mat on the exhales. You can return to this pose at any point in the flow. From here, we'll crawl the hands to the right, reach into the upper right side, keeping the left hip down and back. We can think about sticking the left palm into the floor, making believe it's stuck, to reach that left hip down and back, stretching out the left side of the body. And we'll crawl through center to reach to the upper left side. Again, you can, pretending like the right palm is stuck on the floor, you can reach the right hip down and back. Continuing the slow, controlled breath. And then let's crawl back through center. We'll take a couple breaths here. When you're ready, we'll come back up to tabletop. Finding our stack again. And we'll continue by reaching the right heel back, tucking the right toes. You can press into the heel by pulsating, opening up the calf, engaging in the entire leg. Warming up the quad. And let's drop that right knee down to meet the left and send the left foot back, tucking the toes. And from here, we'll send the right foot back to meet the left for a plank. You can modify your plank by touching the knees down to the floor, Finding strength here in the arms and the chest. From here, we'll go into downward dog. You can send the hips up and back. Keeping the knees bent, maybe pedaling out the feet, pressing into the floor with all parts of the hands, keeping the shoulders in their sockets, finding length in the spine. Opening up the calves just a little bit deeper. And from here, you can walk the feet toward the hands, keeping bent knees, far forward fold. Allow the head to hang heavy here, allow the arms to hang heavy. And from here, we can slowly roll up from the bottom of the spine to the top as if the hands are heavy, reaching toward the ground, breathing through this moment. When you get to the top, you can roll the shoulders back, find some grounding in the feet. You can flip the palms outward, finding strength in your stance here in Shavasana. Once you found your center here standing, we'll inhale to raise the arms up overhead. And exhale, swan dive down for a forward fold, bending the knees. Here we can inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. 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 We'll roll up one more time. Breathing through this movement. Rolling the shoulders back when you get to the top. From here, we'll inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down for a forward fold again. This time we'll inhale to press against the shins for a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, pressing against the shins again, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. One more inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knees in this forward fold, let the head hang heavy. Taking a moment here. From here, keeping the knees bent, you might want to bend them a little bit more. We're going to go into chair pose. So pressing the hands, using the knees, pressing the hands into the legs to raise the torso up, engage in the lower back as if you're about to sit down. Some people like to send the arms up overhead like this. Some like to have the arms behind the back. And you can think about the weight, how it feels in your feet. Breathe in through the sensation, grounding. When you're ready, you can forward fold one more time to release. Inhale to straighten the legs. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. This time we're gonna come up into chair the same way we did. We'll find prayer with our hands and then twist over to the right side using your left elbow to press into the right knee. Finding length still here in the spine, trying not to round the spine. You can raise one arm up and over. You can press the hands into one another to deepen the twist. Keeping that belly breath here. And when you're ready, release to forward fold, letting the hands touch the floor with bent knees. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. One more. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. We'll twist and chair on the other side. So coming up into chair, remembering to keep the same length in the spine. Twisting over to the left. Continuing the breath. Pressing into the floor evenly with all corners of the feet. Reaching the hips up and back. Finding a new perspective here. And on your next exhale, release down into the floor. We'll crawl the hands forward for plank. And then slowly with control, lower down to the floor, hips, chest, forehead. Maybe resting one ear on the floor, you can take a moment to recalibrate your body. From here, let's bring the feet together, allowing the legs to touch. And we'll prop the chest up by flattening the palms into the floor and stacking the elbows beneath the shoulders. And you can think about opening the chest, maybe pointing the toes, pressing the hips into the floor, engaging in the lower back. Gazing forward. Finding the breath here slow and controlled. And on your next exhale, you can release back down to the floor, resting one ear. Take a couple breaths. When you're ready, we'll press back up into Sphinx one more time. It can feel nice to interlock the hands here, prayer pose with the hands. Maybe this time we engage in the legs, pointing the toes, pressing the hips into the floor just a little bit more. Finding length in the neck. And on your next exhale, release down into the mat. Resting one ear. We'll take a couple breaths. From here, we'll press the hands underneath our shoulders, tuck the toes behind us. Coming up through plank, drop the knees down and come to tabletop. We'll get back into some cat-cows. Again, reaching the hips up and back, pressing the chest forward, opening the shoulders on the inhale for cow, rounding the spine for cat, letting the head hang heavy, syncing this movement to your own breath, noticing how different the spine feels after warming it up in chair pose, after warming it up in Sphinx, noticing maybe the lower back has a new sensation. After your next round of cat-cows, we'll crawl the knees close to one another to touch, and then send the hips back down for child's pose. You can reach the hands back by your feet, let the forehead hang heavy, allowing the lower back to release here. And from here, we'll sit back up with the torso. It can feel nice to wedge a pillow or some blankets above the ankles, underneath the butt. We'll roll the shoulders back from here, open the chest, open the throat. And we'll reach the right arm into our back space, pressing the left hand on our right thigh for a twist. Rotating the head all the way to the right. Again, allowing the inhale to bring length into the spine, allowing the exhale to deepen the twist here. After your next exhale, you can release. Take a nice big inhale and exhale here before twisting to the other side. And on your next exhale, we'll come back to center. Roll the shoulders back again, open the chest. We'll remove our pillows, and we'll come back to tabletop. From tabletop, we'll go into plank, sending both legs back, tucking the toes, and then lift the hips up for downward dog. Keeping bent knees is okay here. You can find full expression if you'd like. Try to reach the hips up and back a bit further, finding a little more length in the spine. And from here, we'll lift the right leg, sending the right knee to the chest. We'll drop that right foot between the hands for a lunge. Here, it's okay to have the knee down into the mat, or you can have the toes tucked, knee floating. We want to check in with our stack from our knee to our ankle. And we want to think about pressing the left hip forward, keeping that engagement in the breath. And pressing into the floor with the left hand, we'll reach the right hand up. Twisting to the right side, noticing the breath, how it feels in this twist. And we'll drop that right hand down, coming back to a low lunge. From here, we'll press both hands into the floor, reaching the right foot back to meet the left for a plank. And keeping the hands and feet in the same place, reach the hips up for downward dog. We'll take a couple breaths here, reaching the hips up and back. Let's lift that left leg, bend the knee and bring that knee to the chest. And then drop the foot between the hands for a lunge on this side. Reminder again to check in with the stack on the left side, pressing the right hip forward. And then from here, pressing into the floor with the right hand, opening up to the left. And we'll drop that left hand down. Pressing into the floor, reach that left foot back to meet the right for plank. We'll reach the hips back and up for downward dog. Take one more breath here in our last downward dog. When you're ready, keeping the hands and feet in the same place, we'll push through plank. Again, you can have the knees down here if that feels more comfortable. And if you haven't yet, drop the knees down. However you'd like to meet me there, we'll meet seated with our legs out in front of us. Maybe take a sip of water before we cool down. We'll stretch the right leg out long, tucking the left leg in. Here we can find length in the spine, Opening the shoulders, opening the chest again. And you can crawl the hands forward over the right leg, stretching the right hamstring, stretching the lower back. If it feels best for you, you can round the spine, maybe grabbing the outer edge of the right leg with the left hand. Or if you'd like, you can try to send the chest closer to the leg. Either way, we're pressing into the floor with the right heel, flexing the foot, breathing into the sensation. And let's sit back up. We'll bring the right hand to the left leg. The left hand behind us for a twist again, rotating the head all the way to the left. Again, you can release in the shoulders, release any tension in the upper back. Allow this twist to start from the core toward the hips. And then from here, we can reach the left arm up overhead. You can stay here, or you can lean the body, lean the whole torso to the right side, reaching the left hand toward the right foot. Maybe just reaching toward the ceiling is enough. Maybe rotating in that left wrist. And then from here, we'll drop that left hand behind us into our back space. And pressing into the floor with the left hand, raising the hips up, using the knee. Point the right toe, press the hips forward, opening up. And on your exhale, you can release back down to the floor. We'll switch legs. Again, find some length in the spine before you fall forward. It's okay to press the chest forward to reach toward engaging in the hamstrings, or you can round the spine and maybe grab the outside of the leg with the right arm, with the right hand. Letting the head hang heavy. Either way, we're pressing into the floor with the left heel, keeping the flexion in our ankle foot toes. We'll sit the torso back up. We'll bring the left hand to the right knee and the right hand into our back space. Twisting all the way to the right. Again, relaxing in the shoulders, relaxing in the upper back to allow the twist to start at the core toward the hips. And from here, let's reach the right arm up overhead, stretching the right side body up toward the ceiling, maybe leaning the torso to the left. And then we'll drop that right hand down into our back space. Lift the left arm up and over, press the hips forward. And on the exhale, you can release back down to the mat. From here, we'll plant both feet into the floor and send the arms forward. We'll start to slowly lean the body down, rolling the spine from the bottom to the top. Once your shoulders and head hit the floor, you can bring the arms out to a T. And we'll start to windshield wipe the knees back and forth, opening up the hips. And I invite you to take a look at where your knees are landing on both left and right side. If you have two pillows, you can place your two pillows there. If you have one pillow, we're going to start on the right side. So just set your pillow up on the right side where your knees will land. And we're going to start by stretching the right leg up overhead. You can pull it in toward the body, maybe give it some topical heat behind the knee. Reaching the heel, pressing the heel away from the body. Maybe point and flex. And then drop that leg straight down flat against the floor. We'll pick up the left knee and hug it in toward the chest. Maybe finding a rotation in the left ankle. And from here, let's guide that knee onto our pillow for a twist, sending the arms out into a T again. And you can turn the head to the left to complete this revolution. Breathing deep into the belly. You can stay here with the support of your pillow if this feels nice. If you want to go deeper into the twist, you can kick the pillow away. See what it feels like to drop the knee down to the floor. And if the left shoulder comes up off the floor, that's okay. You can flip the palm toward the ceiling. Maybe raise the hand up overhead. To come out of this twist, we'll straighten the left leg to meet the right. That should bring our bodies flat to the floor. You can readjust the upper body. And from here, if you have one pillow, we'll move it over to the left side. Let's bend both knees, planting the feet into the floor. And we'll send the left leg up this time, reaching the left heel up and away, maybe giving some topical heat behind the knee. Flex and point the foot. And we'll drop that leg flat to the floor, hugging the right knee toward the body, rotate the right ankle. And then use the left hand to guide that knee onto the pillow for a twist. Reaching out again, the arms into a T. You can turn the head over to the right. Finding a deep, controlled belly breath. And again, you can stay here if you'd like, but if you want to go deeper into your twist, you can remove your pillow. Maybe flip that right palm toward the sky. Maybe raise the right arm up overhead. And to unwind our twist, we'll bring the right leg to meet the left flat against the floor. Going into Shavasana, I invite you to find some comfort. It can feel good to wedge a blanket or a small pillow underneath the lower back, underneath the neck. Or I'll demonstrate lifting the knees up with the pillow, allowing the feet to flop out, allowing the hips to sink into the floor. I'll invite you to bring one palm flat against the floor and opening up one palm toward the ceiling, coming back to the breath. Using the exhales here to allow the shoulders and the neck to sink deeper into the mat. Releasing the hands, the arms, shoulders. You can think about relaxing the hips on the exhale, releasing any tension in the eyebrows, in the jaw. Bringing awareness to the hands, I'll invite you into the visualization, pulling energy from the earth on the hand that's flat against the floor, releasing energy out the other, using the breath here to breathe into that sensation, noticing what this feels like. And in order to engage in a just revolution, we must shift how we give and take. So I'll invite you to flip whatever palm is flat against the floor, open up to the sky. And the palm that was open, you can bring flat to the floor. Shifting this give and take energy. Now I'll invite us in our last couple of breaths in Shavasana to fill the belly up with air as much as we can, holding the breath at the top and release. One more time, inhaling to fill the body with as much air as you possibly can, holding the breath for just a moment. And as you exhale, you can sigh, wiggle in the fingers, wiggle in the toes, bringing some sensation back to the body. You can roll over to one side for a moment of comfort before pressing up into a seat for closing breaths. And when you found yourself seated, let's find some rootedness in the hips, wiggling the sits bones into the floor, roll the shoulders back. And you can keep your hands in your lap, hold them over the heart, or have the hands at heart center. I'll invite us into our 4 closing breaths. A breath for the ancestors that we bring into our practice, and for the indigenous people who were here before colonization, breathing in and out. A breath to thank ourselves for our practice today, breathing in and out. A breath to appreciate others for their support. Breathing in and out. And a breath for the movement, the revolution happening around us, with us, through us. Breathing in and out. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with us. We are accepting donations using Venmo at the Glitter Goddesses, or just DM us if you want to, or if you can donate in any other way. I don't know the schedule. Can you remind me of what our schedule is?
So we're practicing every Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And starting this Friday, both of our weekly yoga offerings, one more vigorous flow and one restorative flow, will be offered through the Providence Community Library YouTube channel in our summer partnership with the community libraries here in Providence.
And we have other virtual offerings and social distance offerings that are on our website, theglittergoddesses.com, glittergoddesscollective.com.
.org.
glittergoddesscollective.org. So visit that to see what we're up to. What else am I going to say? That's it.
Sounds great.
Have a beautiful day.